Oh, hey, there's people here. Okay, hi everyone. Good evening to you. 8 o'clock, June the 10th. Thank you for joining me. Feels like it's been a long time. Well, it kind of has, I guess. We skipped the Memorial Day because it was a holiday, and even the duck sometimes needs a day off. But we are here today and ready to get talking about our favorite subjects, which are travel, credit cards, churning, loopholes, benefits, free things, free money, free points, free miles. Today's event is sponsored by Favorite Day. Actually, it's not sponsored. No one gives me money. But this is a good drink. I'm no longer drinking. I think I just got way too many benefits, too many free alcoholic beverages from my trips that it may be backfiring, I think. Anyway, trying out some fun new drinks. As long as they look like a nice cocktail, then I guess they are. That's my way of thinking. Anyway, we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk about some interesting topics. Today it's about baggage, luggage, carry-ons, personal items, insurance, benefits, just some pretty cool things that I'd like to share with you from my many adventures that I've had. And by the way, if Favorite Day wants to sponsor me, I'm very, very cheap. I'm very, very cheap. Just get me a drink. Just get me another one of these, and I'll talk about you all day long. Excellent. Okay, let's get going. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Wow. And feel free to, every now and then I can kind of see the chat thing, and if you have any questions or comments, just type them in there, and I will respond duly. So let's talk about an issue that's very near and dear to me. That is baggage. If you travel as much as I do, what you bring with yourself on these trips is sometimes, well, it's very important. I think it's something that's overlooked a lot. I've been to many conferences, and I've never seen anyone give like a dedicated hour to talking about packing. But let's talk about that today. I remember there's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Larry David's like on his deathbed, and he says, "Oh, I wish I had traveled more." But he said, "But really, I just hate packing." I think I can see how it can kind of hinder the experience if you don't do it right. Um, so um, let's talk about some of the intricacies of traveling. We're going to go through some benefits. We're going to talk a little bit about baggage delay, trip delay, lost luggage, and just other general ideas. So you probably know, if you know me, I go on Frontier and Spirit Airlines a lot, more than I probably should. They're super, super low budget airlines, and I love them. Now, when I travel on Spirit or Frontier, they're always saying, you have to pay everything. They nickel and dime you. So I only go, when I go with Spirit or Frontier, I just go with this bag right here. Oh, it's very lovely. Um, this is called a personal item. Uh, it's not technically a carry-on. A carry-on would is defined as something that could fit in an overhead bin, but not be something so big that it would have to be checked luggage. So there's kind of three tiers. Mostly when I travel, I only travel with a personal item, so I don't bring a carry-on. Now, you have to kind of be clever with this. I've gone an entire week with just this. So when I travel, I'll have the essentials. I always bring a little photo of my dog, my little piglet. Even though he's no longer alive, he's still with me, and he travels with me all over the world. And it's nice to have a little something from home at the bed, on the bedside table in the hotels I'm in. I also always travel with my passport. I also have my driver's license and my CHL. But what I wonder is if I were to lose my driver's license somewhere while I'm traveling, at least I would have this as a backup. So I never keep them both in the same place. Maybe one is, in my jeans, and then the other one is always here. So I think that just works for me. So when I'm packing, I'll usually just put a laptop in here, so I can work on DuckDeals. I'm always working on DuckDeals every dang day. A few little incidentals to the side, Always got to have the sunscreen, a little toothpaste, whatever. Just toss them in here, in the back. These earbuds, in case there's kids, talking, or people with their cell phones on with the volume up, as if everyone wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that, I bring that. Always got my sunglasses, You never know when you're going to be in Vegas. You got to have your sunglasses on. It just feels like it's hot everywhere right now. A book, something nice like Danielle Steele's Jewels. The reason I bring a book is because I'm usually too cheap to pay for Wi-Fi on the plane, and Frontier doesn't have it, and Spirit, I'm not paying them $15 for their cheap ass, Wi-Fi. So, if I'm on a flight for 3 hours with nothing, then, I'll read a book. It's been nice. I've been reading again. Fairy lights, you got to bring the fairy lights. I think they're broken right now, but I use these a lot. But yeah, fairy lights are important, especially if you want to make someplace your own. I like to decorate my Amtrak roomette with some lights, to make it fun, have a little party. And clothes, I'm usually pretty good about clothes. Like, I'll just have like a t-shirt, some shorts, some unmentionables, and just toss them all in here. And then, so my wardrobe for my trips is usually whatever I'm wearing now, and then that. And when I'm wearing one of them, then the other is being washed in the sink and drying in the shower of the hotel. And that's just the way I do it. So it can be done. I've even done a whole cruise with like nothing but that. I was like, there's everything I need is going to be there. Why? I don't need to. What am I going to be bringing? In the past, I always used to overpack. I thought, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need this. You don't need any of that. I don't even need the stuff I bring. I'll tell you the truth. So, yeah, that's just a little example of what I do. That is too sunny. It'll go down. Here's my away bag. This is my my baby. It's like my little R2D2. It follows with me everywhere I go. It's made out of aluminum. It's this is my carry-on. This is if I'm gonna, if I'm flying on Delta or something, and they're gonna give they give me like 3 allowances and all that. I'll at least take this if it's first class, and maybe I'll be in a nice hotel or something. This one's pretty great for all of that. It's long term. It has these battery packs, which of course now the airlines are all, if you have a battery pack, you need to take it out because I'm like, shut up. So nowadays I don't even bring it. I just take the battery pack out. So whatever, just leave it. I don't have to deal with their drama. This one's pretty great. I put like random stuff here, and then like clothes can go in this section, and then you strap them down, and it kind of like gravitationally irons them. So this little bad boy is pretty great. So that's a little sort of prelude to what I'm going to talk about when I discuss luggage and baggage. I also have another secret one. It's down in the garage, but it's a good drink. Favorite day. Who would have thought? I think it is a little bright. Put lights away. Anyway, so I also sometimes take this really ugly little bag that I've had for years and years and years. Oh, another question. Aren't your flights really short with them? No. My flights to Vegas are 2.5 hours long. So yeah, it can get annoying when I'm stuck there. So from Austin or San Antonio to Vegas is 2.5 hours, but at least it is nonstop. So that's the good thing. Ajax wrote, hey, well, thanks for the pop quiz, Ajax. Yes, it is a run in baseball. I am learning. I'm always learning new glossaries. And here I am trying to impart to everyone the glossary of baggage as well. But yeah, thanks for teaching me your wisdom. I'm glad we can all share different ideas together. Okay, so let's see. So now I want to talk about some of these benefits with the credit cards that we use. Yeah. So I have a little, it's not a spreadsheet, but it's a thing. Let's see. Okay. Managing baggage with the duck. Okay, I'm going to take some notes for you, so you don't have to. So when we talk about travel with these credit cards, they'll often call it in their terms and conditions the common carrier. And so what that will mean will be planes, trains, ships, or buses. And so if you sign up for like this Greyhound trip or whatever, that's actually like covered too. Mm-hmm. And speaking of crazy little things, one thing that I have done a lot is, I was saying that there's this bag downstairs in the garage that I have. I'll sometimes take an empty bag with me on a trip. So let's say I'm going to New York and and I'm flying American, and because of my um, platinum status or whatever, they will say something like, "Oh, you're allowed 2 or even like 3 checked bags or whatever." So I'll usually bring one empty one in the hopes that it'll get lost. Because some of these benefits are pretty great. So, yeah, I'll do that sometimes. And like on the way back, I might have filled it with like incidentals from the hotel room, things that are okay with being lost in case it gets lost. Um, because I want to somehow enjoy some of these benefits since I don't really pack that much checked baggage too often. So it's actually never happened to me. They always find that stupid bag. Um, and sometimes I don't even care if they, well, I have to think about whether or not I'm going to actually chase that bag because a lot of times when I land somewhere, I want to go to the lounge. And a lot of the priority passes or whatever, they won't care if your flight has just arrived and you want to enjoy it. So sometimes that can become a hindrance because I'm sitting there, shoveling sliders into my mouth and Shirley Temple drinks because I don't drink, and thinking, oh, well, I have this stupid empty bag downstairs in the carousel going around and around and around. But I'm still gonna enjoy my lounge. You know what I'm saying? So then I'll go down there, and it'll be the last item there, and sometimes they'll have moved it to the side. And I remember once one of the staff there was like, oh, they picked it up. There was like, there's like nothing in here, and I was like, well, as you can see, that's why I forgot about it. But yeah, I've never really been successful with that, but maybe one day I will. So, a lot of times I'll just bring a bag. But nowadays with all their technologies, they're pretty good with not losing things as much as they used to back in the day. Um, so um, that's one thing to think about. Another thing is to think about is free check bags. Now, many credit cards will do this for you. Even this lousy Spirit Airlines card will do that. So the BOFA Free Spirit MasterCard. I don't even know why I'm just saying that one. Oh, no. What I meant was that's the one that doesn't. Okay. That credit card does not. But the other airline credit cards usually do. So just remember that. And of course, we're credit cards people, so we always have credit cards in our arsenal. That we might want. Another thing I need you to think about is airline reimbursements. Now, there's actually new laws in place, and I'm going to bring that up right now, this law thing. Right here. So, as of April 24th, there are new laws in place that require airlines to take care of some of these things for you. So you wouldn't even have to worry about what your credit card does or does not do. In fact, you may be able to double up. Things like, now this is where, like, let's say you paid a checked baggage fee, right? Now, if you paid a checked baggage fee, then now it needs to be made super, super easy. And that, the whole point is to make it easy without you fighting or going crazy, to get those fees waived, right? A refund to a check bag. The idea is that it would be automatic and prompt and cash and full amount, right? So you're not having to fight and go crazy with, the airline was late. What are you going to do? They're having problems. They made you check your bag, and now you can't use your bag, and you don't know what's going on, that sort of thing. So airlines are going to help you in some respect, right? But not in all respects. So that's something we need to talk about. But you should read up on new laws that are effective April 2024. And make sure that if you feel in some way that there's been too much of a delay or something's just been not so good, you're not happy, the airline should make this easy for you to get your money back in some way, right? Okay. Now, another thing you're going to hear about is what you can claim for either a delayed or a lost luggage. Now, so just be mindful of high risk items. These usually include jewelry, electronics, computers, precious metals. And you'll see it written in different ways in different terms of service or benefits. Usually they'll cap it at around $250 for each of those things. So just know about that. If you're packing all of this stuff and you think, oh, maybe you're going to get a big payday, well, you kind of might, but there'll be a limit to what they'll pay. If you have a $20,000 watch or something like that, obviously you're not going to get all of that back. So just be mindful of what you pack and what's considered high risk and which might have special restrictions on it. And a lot of these benefits, I guess beneficiaries will usually be you, spouse, and dependents. So when you hear these items, it'll usually include all of those people on the trip to get reimbursed or to get some kind of payback. And another thing is, if you want the credit cards to help you, you have to pay with the credit cards. Okay? It should be on. And it almost always says in the terms that it has to be full fare. Okay, with credit card. However, sometimes you can do. May also include partial points. So Amex is pretty famous for that. It says it in their terms, if you did part of your trip with Amex membership rewards, and then another part, which could be just $1, on your Amex Platinum card, then it is eligible, okay? Because you've paid and you used Amex. But it wouldn't work if you used city thank you points to pay for part of the flight and then the last $1 you put on an Amex card, because it didn't include Amex all the way through. So you need to think about that. You can't just say because you have a platinum card that all of your trips, including Frontier or whatever, are just going to be covered. Your baggage is just going to be covered. It won't be that way. It has to have been an Amex charge through and through. So that's something to think about. Okay. Now, I want to talk about some of the more well-known credit cards that we use. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to bring up a chart that shows some of them. Okay, here we go. Okay. Major credit cards. So let's talk about some of them. Let's start with Amex Marriott Brilliant Card. I don't know why. I misspelled Marriott. Marriott. Okay. Yes, this little baby. Amex Marriott Brilliant Card. It's a good card. It's mostly for hotels. So, I wouldn't expect it to be as generous as it actually is. So this one has lost luggage up to $3,000. That's pretty good. I think the reason it probably is that way is because this is a premium card and it pays pretty well. And also, they want to keep it on par with the Ritz-Carlton card from Chase, which is also, Marriott-ish, and also has strong benefits. So it would be weird if this one didn't. That's my philosophy on that. Now, Amex typically does not include in their list of benefits anything about baggage delay. Now, they will do baggage delay, but they'll do it through Amex travel insurance. So it's kind of separate from the actual credit card benefit, which, in my opinion, is not. It's not a good thing. And Chase excels in this because they have both. So let's talk about American Express Platinum Card. And this would be, they're pretty much equal between personal or business. So for this one, let's see. There we go. Amex Platinum. What do we get with that? It's pretty much the same thing as the other. 3,000, right? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. What about a really good one? One of my favorites, Amex Blue Business Plus, the one that gives you 2 or 2.2% if you have Schwab back on everything. I do like the blue cards. Now this one, if you read it, it has nothing. So even though it's a fabulous card, I would not recommend putting any travel on it. Get it for its points and miles. Just put your gift card purchases on it for the Duck. But do not use it for a flight because if you've got luggage, they're not going to help you. No. Here's one that surprised me a little bit. Amex Amazon Business. What does this one have? Let's see. All right, my little baby, my little Prime card. What does this one have? Lost luggage up to 1,750. So here we're kind of getting to half as good as the other two. It's just you're not going to want to use this one when you could be using the others if you're holding it. Not too exciting. Not too exciting. And here's another one that surprised me as well that I thought would be a lot more exciting. Amex Delta Sky Miles Reserve. What do we get there? Again, lost luggage up to 1,750. Not so good. This is Delta. But I think that may be part of it. It's just you're already probably going to be reimbursed by Delta in some way if something happens on one of your flights. But Amex isn't going to help you with the rest. And you've heard me talk before about how Chase World of Hyatt is my favorite credit card in the world. It's the one that I use to get Globalist. I've had, amazing benefits from it. These huge upgrades, guest of honor that I give out to people in the DuckDeals group and all that stuff. It's just the benefits never end. And this card, once again, proves in the baggage world that it reigns supreme. So it's absolutely one of my favorites. This one, we've got lost luggage, $3,000. Just like as if it was an Amex Platinum card, except Amex Platinum card, what's that? $675. I don't even, it's like $700 a month a year annual fee, where this one is what, $100? There's a big difference, right? There's a big difference. This is $95 a year annual fee. But this one also is unique because it will give you baggage delay. So here you have a 6-hour baggage delay, up to $100 a day for 5 days. That's pretty great. If your flight's been delayed or your luggage hasn't got that, something like that, to be able to get $100 a day is pretty great. That's letting you get incidentals, or your baggage hasn't come yet. Well, you need toothpaste and you need a new book by Danielle Steele. You need things. Maybe your fairy lights went out and now you need some batteries. Well, go buy them. Just charge Hyatt. Do the damn thing. That's great. Now, pretty much all the Chase cards really do a really good job. I hate to say it, but they do. Even the business ones. So a lot of them are very similar to this. Chase, the Reserve, the Sapphire Reserve, has almost the exact same thing. It is the same thing. So lost luggage, $3,000, baggage delay, 6 hours, up to $100 a day for 5 days. But why have that card? If you had to choose, the Hyatt one would be better because it has the lower annual fee. So that's pretty cool. But you'll start to notice that many of the others, especially the big cards, will be similar. So Citi, AA, Executive, MasterCard. This is a pretty good one. This one is similar to the Delta Sky Miles Reserve, right? They're both $500 annual fee cards. Here's your Delta Reserve. And here is your Executive Citi card. This is the one that gives you the Admirals Club access, whereas the Reserve one gives you your Delta Sky Club. Now for that one, it's pretty similar. lost luggage, 3,000. Now, one of the more interesting ones that I was reading about was this dumb little USAA Visa signature card. And let me bring up. So I was reading its terms and conditions. So this is the USAA Visa signature card, and this is a pretty good one. Of course, USAA is one of my favorites. They do my insurance and my house and everything. So it's a pretty good card. This is it right here. And they're pretty good with trip cancellation, but their baggage delay is unique. Now notice here, they've got a baggage delay, $100 a day, but it's only for 3 days. Now that's okay, right? Because this card has no annual fee. So this one is a 0 annual fee. They won't do 5 days like the Hyatt card will. They're only going to give you 3 days, but there's no annual fee. So there's, and so, for those 3 days, get the essentials you need, clothing, toiletries while you're waiting for your baggage to arrive. But here's where they reign supreme. This one, the USAA, will reimburse you when your bag is delayed 4 or more hours. So that is pretty good, okay? And if we look at this chart here, if you look above with the Chase World of Hyatt, it's 6 hours, up to $100 a day for 5 days. But USAA will do 4 hours, up to $100 a day for 3 days. Now, 4 hours is very likely to happen. It happens to me all the time. 6 hours, it's usually by that time, the flight's been canceled or whatever. Those don't usually happen that often, or whatever delay there could possibly be. 4 hours is pretty good. So I think that's what makes this card pretty unique. Another one that does some of that is, let's see right here, Aviator, Barclays, even though it's spelled Clays. The Barclays Advantage Aviator card is pretty unique. They will give you, let's see what they're going to give you. Baggage delay. Actually, I don't know how much. I know it's for 3 days, but do the research and you'll see what they say. Let's see. Now, one that used to be good was the City Prestige. This little bad boy. City Prestige. Now, as of this month, as of yesterday, I think, this card is no longer available. If you still have it, you're grandfathered in, but you can't apply for it anymore now that they've changed and they have this new Strata card or whatever. So you can't apply for a new City Prestige. So if you have one, that's great. Now, it used to be that City Prestige had the mythical 3-hour delay, which was the best of all of them. It beat out the USAA Visa Signature 4-hour delay. But a few years ago, they changed it to 6 hours. It's useless. That card just loved just losing benefits. It lost its Admirals Club benefit. It's lost everything. It's useless card. Useless. But I still have it. What am I going to do? Um, so those are some of like the big ones. And yeah, let's see. That's what I look at when I'm going to travel. All of that you need to consider before you're traveling. Okay. Someone wrote, your pup photo is adorable. Yes, my pup photo is adorable. My baby. I do love it. I don't bring that much with me, but I bring the essentials. This is my little dog. He has a T-Mobile Tuesday necktie or bow tie. It was free, so what are you gonna do, right? And I also bring my playing cards. Sometimes I'll just play it on the plane if I'm bored, whatever, and if I can't get Wi-Fi access, which I often can. We got another question here. To use the baggage delay, do you file a claim for the generic 100, or do you have to itemize specific charges that you made in the hire that you say are related to the delay? No, it's, you do have to file a claim, but you don't have to like itemize. Okay, at the, like you're gonna have to show like receipts, but you can maximize them. So you should. If you've got 100 a day, get the full 100. Get a snack, get some favorite day. An official sponsor of no one, and just max it out. Run around the airport. That's what all of those duty frees are for. I learned. It's all just to enjoy the same game that we're playing. Not really. Here's another question from Damien. Does the Hyatt card have lounge benefits? No, it does not have lounge benefits. But do you really need lounge benefits with that? In a way, you get lounge benefits at the hotel. Often they will put you in, if you're a globalist, which you should have earned on this Hyatt card, which is right here. Hyatt card. So you should be earning globalist. And once you've got globalist, then yes, you can stay at the lounge level and just be eating and drinking all day for free at these, glamorous, Hyatt Regencies or Park Hyatts. And of course you get these enormous breakfasts typically. So, that's your lounge with that kind of card. But at airport lounge, no, it would not help you with that. John's question. Your minimalist packing is hilarious because I'm often packing for a family of 5. We're the ones you pack the headphones for. Yes, I know. Yeah, I do. I don't want to be confronting anyone or getting angry that someone's loud. So I go in my zone. I'm a veteran traveler. I know how to just roll with the punches, and you have to. There's going to be big families. There's going to be loud kids, and they're usually going to be right behind you. And you just tune them out and learn to roll with the punches, I guess. But just make sure you pack it all, and pack them meds. Pack some Tylenol. It's one thing I always find, especially when I travel somewhere where there's different elevation or whatever, I start to get a headache, and then I'm like, oh, where's the Tylenol? I'm like, oh, they want me to pay, $20 for the, a little Advil this big. It's like, why didn't I bring that? Of all of the junk that I brought, I didn't need this. So yeah, just have your little list, and to me it's like a go bag. Sometimes I never know if I'm gonna. Sometimes, like the other day, I was at the airport and I kind of had a feeling it would be canceled, and then my flight was canceled to Vegas, so I'm stuck here, and it's fine. The bag's always packed, and if I'm ready, if I want to take a standby flight or whatever, I'll just jump in. It's no big deal. Um, do they care what you charge and claim as incidental? Can you get a gold bar and claim it because you went mad from having your back to it? One thing you'll read a lot about is the word reasonable. They can't mention it all, but they will look at it. And as long as it's reasonable, you should be good. And it should be the kind of thing you can get in the airport. Usually it wouldn't include alcohol or anything like that, but just anything reasonable. So clothes, yes. If you want a bathrobe, that should be fine. I've sort of seen different people do different things. And it's usually okay. Another question. I usually put headphones on for my kids too. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not just kids. It's just for me. There's people they're playing music and stuff. These are grown ass adults, and it's like no one wants to hear that, right? Whatever. I'm too experienced to be angry at all these people. They don't know any better. They're not travel gurus like we are. So I want to encourage you to be reading these benefits. They change, like I was saying with the City Prestige. They change regularly. So here, like if you've got a Hyatt card, which is like, in my opinion, the best, just read what you've got. You can see here, you've got both the lost luggage reimbursement, as I said, and the baggage delay insurance. And they don't want you to have a gold bar. They'll say essential purchases like toiletries and clothing, right? And that's for 6-hour delay, right? So, my advice, get what you can at the airport. Go to one of those Hudson Bays. Get a beanie, some sweatshirts that say, I went to Nebraska and all I got was this hoodie. Just whatever is reasonable. We get a whole bunch of it and then sell it later on Amazon or eBay. Let's see. So yeah, read what you can. Here, and they're all sort of similar. So they'll tell you how to file a claim, and usually their claims are from a separate insurance partner. So they'll sometimes say that Amex or the main credit card issuer won't have direct contact with you on these. But this one is for the City Executive Advantage card. This one. And this one does, in case you're asking, this one does give you the benefit. I already mentioned that for the Admirals Club. But that's because it's a airline card. So you're not going to usually get club access with hotel cards unless you're talking the very premium ones like the Ritz-Carlton and the Marriott, which will give you like, a priority pass or something like that. So what else do we have? So if you're reading here, one thing you'll always notice, they always mention New York. So you'll get $3,000 per covered traveler, and then $2,000 per bag for New York residents, and that's on all the airlines, all the credit cards. I don't know what's going on with New York and their bags. But I think they think they're nicer there or something. I don't know. And usually, like I said, it'll mean you, your spouse, domestic partner, including adopted children's. It's kind of cool that they will allow grandparents, grandchildren sometimes. So a lot of times it can be pretty generous. And some of them are more generous than others. Some of them are more nuclear family. So you'll just want to, read up on that. This one is the Aviator card from Barclays. What do they have? Um, let's see. Reimburse the insured person, and in this case it's just that person, doesn't seem to mention, but essential items not covered: contact lenses, artificial teeth, jewelry. Now you see here they won't do jewelry or watches at all, but Amex will do those, but only up to $250 for each item. So you have to pick and choose which credit card you're going to use, and really look at what you've packed. That all makes like a difference, I think, in the in your decision making process. Let's see. John said, I got reimbursed for a 900 a night hotel in DC from a Southwest flight delay thanks to Chase. Thanks to Chase CSR. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Used carry-on, sadly, so no baggage claim. Well, next time bring an empty bag. Just kidding. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, and I've heard stories of people getting 900, 1,000, thousands of dollars. It can be more valuable than the trip itself in several cases, because of the delay. So, whereas when I was a more amateur traveler who was just getting started and paying for trips in cash, like those people, they're like, oh, I saved up all year for our vacation. I was like, what are you doing? They actually freak out about losing their bags, and here I want them to lose my bag. So it shows the dichotomy of the difference between different levels where you can get. But if you've been traveling a lot and you know the benefits and you read everything, because they constantly change, and you make a good decision on which credit card you're going to partially use, because of course most of what we do is with miles and points and stuff like that, so we're not actually paying for these trips. But if you do use a credit card, pick the one you're going to probably benefit the most from. In my opinion, it's almost always hands down the Hyatt card. It's going to get me the globalist that I want for those huge benefits, and it's going to give me a really great baggage delay and lost luggage benefit. So all of that goes into my decision making. And if you're like me, which many of you are, and you're constantly planning your next travel adventures, I was, someone interrupted me at work, but I was just getting ready. I was like, well, Thursday's coming up. Where am I going to go? That's always what I'm thinking. Where am I going to go next? I've got some vacation time in 3 weeks. Where am I going to go? I want to go to Germany again. We just got this new flight, this Condor Airlines, that goes directly to Frankfurt from San Antonio, Texas, of all places. So I'm like, well, I have to get on that. So I've got to go. And how am I going to do it? Which credit card am I going to use? Which miles am I going to use? What hotels are going to be there? All of this is just a lot of decision making. And a lot of times I kick myself thinking, man, why didn't I even think to put it on those points that have been sitting in that one, or my Amex membership rewards have been sitting there for ages and I didn't even think to use them. I went straight to Spirit Airlines and I wasn't even thinking, oh my God, I'm so stupid. But the more of these little mistakes you make, the better prepared you are for the next trip. And baggage is very important, and it's something that people just sort of don't think too much about. But I've just been thinking a lot about it recently, and it's an important factor, and it can be very lucrative if something doesn't go right on their end. So you don't have to be worried so much that it could be the end of the world, because it isn't. It could be a wonderful, wonderful thing to lose your luggage, or have something delayed. And so that should make you happy, and take some of the travel stress off of your shoulders. So, anyone else have any questions? Let's see. Um, use. I'm gonna use the empty bag trick. Try that empty bag trick. What's the worst thing that could happen? Um, Everyone has like some ratty old luggage bag in their house that they never use or whatever. Just throw it on the conveyor belt and be on your way. Maybe they'll lose it. Maybe that's worth $1,000 and you never even knew it. Let's see. Someone else says, we fly Southwest a lot, so it's like 90% chance that your flight will get delayed. Yeah, Southwest is, but will it be delayed 6 hours or 4 hours? And hopefully, or will it just be canceled altogether? It's hard to know what they're gonna do. Let's see. Another. I should just fly the shortest route I can on Southwest with 2 checked bags over and over. It's like gambling without going to Vegas. Absolutely, it is. It is like gambling. Just do it over and over again. Welcome to the world of mileage runs, and you'll start to see weird travel, and start to enjoy it and see what kind of benefits you can get out of all of it. Anyway, my friends, it has been an hour, and it has been wonderful talking to you, and sharing your experiences, and hopefully helping you to see some interesting things. Put an old tablet or other things like an old shoes in the bag, and those things might actually end up helping you. I've been in Vegas where my shoes just fell apart because I've been walking on the strip, and they even have vending machines in Vegas for shoes because they know that happens. And I'm like, why didn't I just throw a dumb old pair of Crocs in my empty bag just in case. But on the way back, it usually just has like some junk from the hotel room. Nowadays they have them all clamped in, and you can't take them all the way they used to back in the good old days. But if you can go to a real nice hotel, you can usually take actual incidentals and just toss them in there. If they lose them, so what? It's not the end of the world. It wasn't even yours to begin with. Anyway, it's been great chatting with you all, my friends. Message me at any time, or talk to me on Telegram. We can talk credit cards. We can talk gift cards. New ways of traveling, new exciting loopholes. The latest trends on credit cards. The latest laws, as you can see, they're changing laws to make things easier for us. That's pretty great. It's really exciting right now. What a time to be alive. So thanks for joining me. I will be back in 2 weeks with another DD seminar. Tell me what kind of stuff you want to talk about. If you go to the duck-deals.com website, and you go to the seminars or masterclass or whatever it's called, you can see a list of all the ones that we've talked about for the past, since October of last year. It's been almost done a year, at least. Not really. And we'll continue doing them every 2 weeks, unless there's a holiday. But yeah, let me know what subjects I haven't talked about, and I'm happy to discuss. I don't know everything in the world, but that's why it's good that we're talking and just exploring together. And I think we can all be learning and be much more profitable and have amazing, amazing trips. So thank you again for joining me. And I am signing off, and I will see you on DuckDeals, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. So thanks, and everyone have a good night.